Praise and worship. Okay, what is praise and worship? I mean, I used to love praise and worship, but now I find that it's more about me. And praise and worship was more for me. Do you think God gets more glory when you praise and worship Him? Do you think He gets magnified bigger than He is when you praise and worship Him? Do you think anything changes about God when you worship Him or praise Him and you sing songs to Him and all that? Do you think you can change any aspect of God by singing songs to Him? So who is the praise and worship for then? It's basically to build our own faith. It's basically for us to realize that, it's like, this is our God, this is our Father. It's more of a self-realization thing because it does not change or touch God in any way, shape or form. As far as God is concerned, you can't manipulate Him through praise and worship or anything. Prayer does not manipulate God in any way. You can't do anything to God with what you do. It's not possible. So in the same light, in the same thought process, declaring and decreeing and all that stuff is the same as praise and worship. It's us getting a sense of the authority and power in us. Man, it works, right? But the core of it has to come out from within our being. In other words, what is our identity? Right? Now again, I'm not saying praise and worship is wrong and, don't praise and worship, and I'm not saying anything of the sort. I mean, praise and worship is great. I mean, a lot of people get built up. They do powerful things and all that through praise and worship. Why? Because it really builds them up. They see God in a whole different perspective. They see God in a whole different light, and it really helps. 100%, I can guarantee you that. So yes, definitely, praise and worship is all powerful. It's great. But it's not to touch God. You can't glorify God. You can't change Him in any way. It is just so that you get this, in our conscience, we get triggered about who God is. Right? Singing praise and worship does not bring God into the room. Singing praise and worship makes you conscious of God. It's more like you coming to His presence rather than Him coming into your presence. Right? So these things are just like little mechanics that we may have, been looking from the other way around. So it's really helpful to understand this, because it's like we do things. Why? Because without thinking, this is how it's done. This is the way the church has been doing it. So yeah, I mean, for I don't know how many years. So we're doing it. Without thinking, why am I doing this? Does this make sense? What's happening when I do this? Why should I do this? How does it affect God? Without thinking, why? Because it's just done this way. Right? So decreeing and saying this and all that, it works. Definitely, 100% works. I've cast out devils by doing all that. Right? Because I mean, that's the way I knew. And the way I knew, what I said came out of my identity, what I thought I was, what I knew I was. So it worked. But now I know different, right? So we grow from glory to glory, from grace to grace. We grow from wisdom to wisdom. And yeah, I mean, the idea is to grow, just keep growing,